Well, good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut here with Mike Kelly, and we're Real Estate Jerky Daily. What are you doing?
I'm pointing out today's Friday.
Oh, yeah, it's a Friday, all right.
It is.
I'm kind of crooked today. I'm like really close.
Yeah.
I hit my mic. I can't my camera when I first got in the studio, so I keep talking.
And I'm a little bit lower, but look, there's there's no batteries in my remote.
Oh, that's because I stole it. Here you go.
No big deal.
No, here you go. Here's the other one. Because I had to use the other camera the other day because I couldn't get my camera to work. So I was like, oh, I stole the batteries out of this. I didn't put any batteries back in.
There you go.
All right. So the news today is nothing.
It's no news.
But no news is good news sometimes.
Better than
actually the negative
news.
stuff right now is we're down 13 basis points on the mortgages, the mortgage-backed securities, and the 10-year is up 3 basis points to 3.75. We were as low as 3.6 something a few days ago, and that's what happens when the Fed does their tightening, when they lower it. We've already been there. They lower it and we give it back.
Yeah.
And slowly does it give back.
It's weird. It's a weird way to do things, I think.
I think the bond market, I said to somebody, it's kind of like AI. It knows stuff way before everybody else.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah. So, I mean, because I was telling somebody, I'm like, the bond market and the mortgage rates were up 2 points before the Fed even started tightening.
Yeah.
So what you can see that sometimes they run together, but most of the time they don't. They're not in the same. They're on the same street. They're going two different directions. But sometimes they just happen. Oh, we
crash.
Yeah, you went right, you went left, and we ended up seeing each other again.
It's like that asteroid that's coming from a different universe.
Is there an asteroid coming?
Yeah, I read about it yesterday. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's called Kamala.
Yeah. She's from a completely different universe.
Oh my goodness. Every time she has her little thing and someone asks her how, what are you going to do to make it better, the economy better? And she talks, I grew up in a middle class. Who cares? Say what you're going to do.
Scripted. And she's got no answers.
No, because she just keeps saying the same thing over again. But it was funny because they were so nice to her on that one show that was a black guest, and they were mean to Trump. But then afterwards, did you see them look at each other?
Yeah,
they were like, "Holy shit, we're in trouble."
Yeah, well, and you saw that Trump shook all their hands, thanked them, was real pleasant. Did all the nicety things, even though they were treating him like shit. Thanked him for a great show, and then walked off. And then she shook, I think, one hand, and then boom, turned around and left. Couldn't wait to get out of there.
Of course,
it's got to be uncomfortable when you're that dumb. And then
I don't know if it's that or just don't care. So next week, the news next week. Let me get that out so we can keep talking about other stuff because there's not much news today except for they were talking about Fed cut 50%.
Yeah, well, I got numbers too, so there.
I thought I was hearing something. So Tuesday's Case-Schiller Home Price Index and FHFA House Price Index. Wednesday's mortgage applications and new home sales. Thursday's durable goods.
Wait, and what else?
Huh?
And what else Thursday?
I'm getting there.
I know. I'm just so excited.
Oh, yeah. GDP second quarter final read, initial jobless claims and pending home sales. Friday is PCE, which is personal consumption expenditures, which is Fed's favorite read of inflation. Now, if that comes in hot, it's really going to mess with the rates.
Yeah.
So you want to get this stuff, your refinance is going now,
right? And
lock them and don't play around. And this is what I'm trying to explain to people. But what I had, everybody's been saying, I heard rates are 4.25%. And no, they're not. And then one of my clients is like, I heard from economists who said they're going to lower another quarter and you should not refinance until next year. I'm like, okay, well, you're saving over $600 right now.
Right.
So that means for the next 4 or 5 months, you just saved, what's that, $3,000?
$3,000. Yeah.
And we're already lower than where the market is, right? Because the market, Fannie Mae was saying 6.125 and they're getting, I think, 5.625 and their APR is 5.7 something.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. The true cost is only like $1,000, but
so that's nothing.
But they didn't have to pay for appraisal. So it's another $585 off of that.
Because you got the waiver.
Yes.
But
cool. You have to put it there and then take it away at the final CDU just in case you lose the waiver. And people go, oh, can you lose the waiver? If your DTI goes up higher, you can lose the waiver.
Yeah.
It's and that's, or
because you just increased the risk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we need to really make sure that property is worth what you're paying.
Correct. But most people who bought it a year ago,
Yeah.
you get a waiver on because they bought it a year ago and it's in the numbers. And if you're using the same numbers, you're fine.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. And I think that's so basically don't mess around, get the rates locked in and refinance now. But what I'm saying is, and a lot of people are like, okay, you know, why? And we had a long conversation with a new person yesterday,
right,
about how he's like, I've been looking online. It's like 10 grand in costs and all this other stuff. I go, yeah, that's why I don't want to do it that way, because then it takes you so long to get your payback. We need to do it less so that you go ahead and refinance again next year and not have to wait until the following year.
Right.
Take little baby steps. You know, he's saving $365. So that's not little savings. That's a lot of savings.
God, you're like a refi wizard.
I know. I also like pinball.
Pinball Wizard. That's a great song.
All right. What are your numbers?
Who sang that?
I have no idea.
Say yes.
I don't know.
The Who. It was the Who that sang it.
Who was it?
Who?
Who?
Yeah. Third base. Look at that. Only 486 closed sales per day for last week. So that's abysmal.
Well, that's actually better than like 420 earlier in the year. And the only reason I know that is because, you know what? Remember, he had 420 sales at one point.
Yeah, 420 because it rhymes with something else. 420.
Yeah.
542 pending sales. So that's climbed up a little tiny bit, and 723 new listings.
That was the same as last week.
That is basically the same as last week,
which is good. That's a lot more listings. That means eventually closed sales should go higher if
they price them right.
Exactly.
Yeah, you price them a little bit below market, so you let the market clamor and clang and fight over the property and raise that price a little bit.
How does that work?
Clamor and clang. Have you heard those before? Those are words that we use.
I only when I'm putting away dishes.
Yeah, so it's cling and clang. Oh wait, do we want to see?
I don't know. You got out of there.
I got out of there pretty quick.
Yeah.
Here, let's get my mouse over here, and what are realtors did in the previous week? So 23.1% closed the sale, even though that 486 is pretty low, but that's a positive number down there. 21.4% entered escrow. Wow. I did that. And then 25.6% listed a property.
I drove by an escrow.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Cool. And then here's what they're thinking will happen in the week ahead. They think sales will be up. They think prices will be up, and the listings will be up, but very few of them think that because it's down in the negative numbers.
Wow.
So moral of the story there is realtors are getting beat up. And
they've been beat up.
And they've been beat up all year, and now their positivity is kind of flowing out the door.
Well, they're beat up, and then they got beat up with the commission thing, and then people are beating them up even more.
Well, and then I got to tell you, some realtors are beating themselves up on the commission thing.
Yeah, just move on.
Really, business as usual, babies.
Yeah.
Anyway, I said
I want to show
something.
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Allow for 1 week. There you go. Thank you. That works for now.
What'd you do? Oh.
Why did mortgage rates go up after Fed rate cut? Here's an article on Housing Wire that everybody should read explaining why the rates would go up after a Fed cut.
What do they say? Everything you've been saying.
Mortgage spreads getting better, economic and labor data getting softer, the Fed getting more dovish on their statement. So, I mean, it's just basically that's how that works. It always works that way. It's always been that way. But now you don't have to, because a lot of people are like, oh, I just heard rates went down. No, the short-term rates went down. Nothing to do with mortgages had anything to do with what the Fed did.
It amazes me how many people are still confused on that. And it's like they've never listened to an explanation on any of this stuff.
You know what? I don't really care because I got so many people to call me to refinance.
Yeah, that is nice.
So, I mean, it's even though rates have been low for 3 weeks and I have a bunch of people doing stuff.
Yeah.
How
would Borat say it? That is nice. Very nice.
Who's that?
Oh, he's that comedian.
Oh, I never heard of him.
Oh, you have. You have to.
I haven't.
Come on.
No,
I'm going to send you all kinds of Borat stuff.
That's okay. I'll block you.
I'll block. Return to sender.
That's all I have for today.
Yeah, today's a Friday,
and I need a easier day because I've been working till 7 o'clock every night.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. I'm just stating. And actually, I used to work Tuesdays and Thursdays nights till 7. just, later. So if anybody needed a late call, I could have that. But lately it's to get caught up.
I dropped by the Oakdale Council's picnic last night. Always a great time. A lot of people were out there. It was a lot of fun. Saw a lot of people I haven't seen in a long time because with Rotary, I can't go to the Oakdale picnic. I mean, not the picnic, but the marketing meeting anymore. So.
And with Wednesday radio, you can't go to the
I can't go to the marketing meeting here in Modesto.
I gave that one up probably 6 years ago.
Yeah. I went the Wednesday we were dark. So we were dark that 1 week when you were at the cabin doing all the things you said you were going to do, but you didn't do them.
Yeah, I said it. Yeah.
And
other things.
And other things. But you had a good time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good. And you needed to chill for a week. And it was a pretty good marketing meeting. I remembered some people there.
Did you?
Remembered me. And they were like, oh, you are alive. So anyway, that's all I got this week. Numbers are down a little bit on closed sales, but I think that'll increase next week.
I think it's going to get better and better as people hear rates are down and they stay down longer.
Yeah.
As long as they stay down, because if we start seeing better economic numbers, they're going up.
Yep.
That's just how that works.
And I think it'll get better in the real estate side as people continue to read the buyer brokerage agreement and start to understand it and then realize
nothing's changed.
Nothing's really changed, guys.
You're just being the buyer's agent is protected more.
Yep.
On that,
and probably something we all should have been doing a long time ago.
Yeah, other states had been doing
they've been
doing
it for years and years and years. When I would go to National Association of Realtors meetings and people say, "Do you use buyer brokerage agreement?" Nah, it just doesn't really happen in our area. Well, that's really stupid. You're actually right. It is kind of stupid. Who wants to work for a buyer for 60, 90 days back in the day when there was so much inventory and then have them go into an open house and buy it and you're completely out of the program. You don't get nothing. Oh, you do get nothing. That's what you do get. You get nothing.
Oh, really?
But they're happy and they think you should be so happy because they finally found a home. Nope. All right.
That's all I got because you're just dragging on.
Yeah, I know.
I
like to talk about nothing.
Yeah. That's all we have for today. We'll be back on Monday and I'm sure we'll have some. So go out and get a house this weekend or call me up for a refinance.
Or two. Go buy a duplex.
Or a purchase. Oh, yeah. I mean, is there any duplexes out there?
Very few and they're expensive, but you can still make them work. Rent out the other side, pretty much pay your home mortgage, maybe if it's
depending on where price right, because some of those are at $700 and the places are $700,000.
Right.
That's not priced right on
that's
rent.
That's not priced
right.
Yeah.
My wife sent me a TikTok about the new rental requirements in California. Oh, it's not new. It's the other ones that's been there about how, if someone's in a lease, you can't get them out. You'll never get them out. It's like, nah, well, eventually the lease will go away.
Yeah. You can get them out at the
lease. Yeah. But she's like, the way she said this, it was like, you'll never get out of it. And she's talking out of her, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's trying to get likes. Views.
Okay, good.
All right, everybody, make it a great day. Thanks for being here.
Wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye.